guys, I will change my belief. But using the Islam, Quran and the Book of Islam, I can prove it very clearly. I signed it. He signed it too, one guy. Boy, oh boy. Next few days, we have now a formal discussions with a lot of people inside. And this time, Tawheed was with me too. Tawheed is there. Mr. Shamizadi wasn't there. Tawheed was there. And a couple of other people there. Mustafa was there. I think Mr. Shamizadi, I don't believe he was there. Or maybe he was. I can't remember. And a long time ago. So it was the years, just a couple of years before the revolution of Iran happens. You know, that happened in 1979, I believe. So, must be around 75, 74. So, the discussion didn't get anywhere. And they kind of lost again. The discussion, Mr. Shamizadi supposedly in there, he was not saying he's a Baha'i yet, but he was like a referee. He says that I'm not convinced, he said, by their answers. And I think the reason the Abbas, what he says, I quite honestly did not get any answer. So the discussion was postponed to another one. And yeah, I am in my house. At my father those days, I was there still. At this time I was there. Because he was in Damghan and he came back and they were trying to be nice with me. They said, you know, keep him this way with us. He might let go of these things. Yeah, I remember very well. In a very Islamic area called, the street called Azari. And I had a dream that some people, they came from, again, that police station number 20 to arrest me and took me. And I'm in the dream, I got up. Immediately my other brother Reza said that, okay, there are people coming from, it was like my dream, when the reality was just connecting. I couldn't knew. They took me there this time. They said this matter is big this time. You have published, signed, your signature is here. This is against the regime and all that. But I was one brave guy. He was an officer called Asghari. I told him that, so what are you going to do? He looked at me and he said, what we're going to do? You're going to have a big trouble this time, boy. Because being a Baha'i is one thing, but now writing things around and publishing it and trying to create, you know, havoc in the society. I told him, first of all, there's two signatures, not just me, the signature of the other guy is there. I said, you talk too much, boy. He called a couple of those constables. They came down, bit the hell out of me and threw me in some black room that there was nothing there. Mustafa find a matter, he goes find Tawheed. Tawheed calls Mr. Mubahid those days. And they all come down to this region, I guess number 20 or something. They took me right out. They took me right out. And then we had to go. They said that, no, this matter is not like this. You have to go to court. You are being charged. He has to come. The next day I had to go to court. Again, Tawheed had a dream that I'm going, this old man comes in this court in this red building. He's going to talk between me and him. There's discussion. Sure, exactly what he dreamt. We went there. What couple of kilometers away from Majidiyah to Narmak. I went to this court-like things, in a regional court I think it was. It's not a small court. And as I'm sitting in there, one guy came with a beard and he had this, you know, a special way of talking. They talk like that. None of these mullahs in Iran, they talk ordinary people. Every one of them, accent and the way they talk is different. You have to ask to the Iranians to tell you that. I don't know why, because they want to make themselves distinct from others, or make people to listen to their accent and their way to talk, not the actual content. But this kind of accent, he started to talk to me. He said, no, this boy is innocent. He wants to know the truth. The letter that he has written and he signed is not an indication of anything. You know, we should not be harsh at him. And I recited a few verses from Quran that God says those who are seeking us and they're trying to have an endeavor and try to find us, we will help them out. And as soon as I said the verse, he said, now this boy has been trained. He was not expecting me to, have these verses of Quran. So he left and they took me here, and the guy says that, listen, one thing happened, by the way. When we were going, this constable that was taking me there, he told me that this document is false. I told him why. He said that there is the seal of the police station in there, but there has to be a signature of the officer. The signature is not there, so the court will have to return this back. We can't be in the court. I told him what's going on. He said because they gave bribe to them to arrest you, and they can't charge you with being a Baha'i, so they just made something to show that they get you. I said, is that so, eh? He said, okay. I said, good. The judge came back and told me that, I am telling you, don't teach Baha'i faith. I told him, I will teach Baha'i faith. You and nobody in the world can stop me. I don't recognize you, your country, your king, nothing. You can take me anywhere you want to. But I will be speaking of Baha'u'llah, the king of universe. And I am his ambassador. I am the teacher, and I will teach and save the people's life. He was like, He said, the boy is crazy. I told him, I'm not crazy. The document is false here. He said, get him out, get him out, get him out. And anyways, we came out. I'll tell that story to Tawheed. It was just amazing, eh? I remember there was another time after this again. I was taken to the Kalantari, to this police station. This time again at 2 o'clock they let me go. And as soon as I came out, this fellow by the name Akbar Ali Bakhshi, who was basically an opium user, and now he's putting himself towards the Islams and this and that, and trying to be an Islamic, whatever they call him. So him and his friend, they took me in one of the Range Rover they had, Land Rover. They basically kidnapped me at 2 o'clock in the night, in the morning, 12 o'clock. They took me in, it was 10 o'clock. They took me in. By the time we went to reach the downtown, a mosque called the Mosque of Arg, where a big, huge man by the name Abdul Raza Hijazi was teaching. I told him, what are you doing there? He said that, no, you have to talk to him. If you talk to him, his power, his this and that. So we went in the Masjid Arg, and from the mosque we came in his car. He had this, 220 Mercedes-Benz. Ironically, his driver name was Abbas too. I'm in the back seat, and this Akbar and there are two Akbars. One is Akbar Rusha, the Akbar Ali Bakhshi. They're sitting on both sides of me. Hijazi comes inside. And you have to understand me, my friends. The power I was feeling, it was immense. I was on the top of the planet. I had no fear. You have to understand. Fear of death was laughable to me. I feel the hand of Baha'u'llah right around there. Anytime. He says, no one can do anything to me. I told him, sir, you are using Islam and religions and all that, selling it to make money and become famous. You're prostituting Islam's. And the moment I said this, the car stopped like so hard, and my head from the middle of the car just jumping right up. He's this bad, big, fat. I said, who is this? I told him, a man not from where you are. Okay? Do not try to make me fear or anything. Fear is not associated with me. And the boys, they didn't say a word. They took me back in the Land Rover, and I saw they're so calm and quiet. I sensed the fear in them. And they're coming like, Mr. Tamori, we didn't say anything. We didn't mean, to insult you or anything. And gradually they were coming down. And finally, these two Akbar, they told me, Abbas, where's your house? It's too late right now. I think really late in the night, in the morning. I told him, I don't have a house. I live on that building again. It was another building, my brother was building, or I was staying there. So I went there. He said, but there's no building here. I said, yeah, that building under construction, that's where I live. And where I told them to go, ironically again, it was right where the secret police station, secret police of Iran called Savak. I never went there, but I was told it's around the area. These boys, they had such a fear, they were sweating. They thought I'm one of them. It's just the whole thing is a sham to them. It's like I'm a Secret Service agent or something. Otherwise, how could I be so brave to talk to a big man like Hijazi like this? And then I telling them I'm living, staying here. To them it was like a movie. I tell them, listen, calm down, see for yourself. That's my bed and those are my books. And these boys, they tell you that I'm a mason. I work, I'm a bricklayer. And Akbar said, you know what? You're the only Baha'i I'm going to tolerate in this country. You're honest. But one day we settle down, okay? Settle it with you. But right now, I respect you. Go be who you want to be. He says a word like, you are Nusayri. Nusayri is a man in Islam that he came and said to Imam Ali, he said, you're God. And Ali told him, don't say I am God. I'm not God. But he said, no, you're God. But the man was a stupid but honest, so Ali said, leave him alone. So he called me, you're like that man, that you're saying Islam is finished and there's a new faith, we let you, to live. Anyways, this is part of this story that I had. Another, I guess, one of the things that was not too bad was that, the Shamirzadeh's building, he had a real estate building. So every day we were there. It was everyday conversation. Tawhid used to call that place Babiyeh, which means the place that Mullah Hussein Boshovieh had in the early Baha'is. He had it in west of Iran and Khorasan. His house is called Babiyeh, was all the Babis were gathering. He said this is the Babiyeh of Iran right now. There was discussion going about Baha'i for 2 years. One of the guys is asking Mr. Shamirzadeh, do you know a bricklayer? Because nobody gave me a job. Muslim, they commit dirty. You're a kafir, you're an infidel. I was everywhere, homeless. And Mr. Shamirzadeh said, oh, this boy is, Abbas is a great bricklayer. I haven't seen his bricklaying, but he says he is and he's not lying. This guy said, come on, I need a bricklayer. He's a boy, he can't do the work. So he said, you know what, it's no loss, just take him out. Let's find out, what is he? He took me to the job, the whole building was there, and there was those brick that we had to do interior works. He left me with one guy, he went there and came about 4 hours, I finished like the whole building, the one floor. He came, he put his hand over his head, he said, that can't be true. This can't be you. Like, how did you do it? Okay, do it now in front of me. There was a wall, like, let's say 10 feet, 8 feet high. I started the guy, bang, 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 just did later break like 1 hour. I was like, my God, you are something. I thought you could never be able to do anything like that. With all the speeches you have from Quran and the book, and you could be. I told him, no, a Baha'i has to have a job, has to have a trade. I do have that. People don't want to give me a job. He said, you forever you have job with me. Hell with the Muslims. Who you are is just fine with me. Finally, this discussion is forever when we're getting into this things right now.